over the past couple of days, we've been talking a lot about credit card companies sinking their claws into our entertainment and certain feminist groups like Collective Shout claiming responsibility. But now we're finding out that not only is Nintendo updating their guidelines and Steam is, but we know that itch.io has suddenly pulled NSFW adult content from browse pages, search pages, and removed games from people's libraries. I have a few different things to show off, but before I get into the topic, if you enjoy the content I create, check out the links in the description, join the community in my live streams, and consider supporting through Patreon or YouTube memberships. Now, back in January 2022, itch.io had posted, warning, this platform is not for prudes. If you click our link, please be careful about what you might see. And we know just a few years later, well, that definitely isn't the case anymore because they have removed, at this point, over 20,000 games from browse and search pages, plus they have removed games from people's libraries. We now know that itch is, of course, going through the same situation that these other platforms are too. So they had posted this not even that long ago over on their social media today at 2:19 a.m., which I think is super scummy as well because it's like they were hoping that less people were going to see it. They were hoping that less people were going to be paying attention to it because why else would you post it at 2:19 a.m. when a lot of people that use your platform are asleep or are not on social media? They could have released that today at 12 p.m. in the afternoon so more people would have eyes on it. But luckily, gamers are definitely willing to fight against companies they are not happy with and voice their opinions on social media. So this is blown up. It's now trending on X. But they said update on NSFW content. Boy, oh boy, is it bad, guys. We have de-indexed all adult NSFW content from our browse and search pages. We understand this action is sudden and disruptive, and we are truly sorry for the frustration and confusion caused by this change. There was no email sent to developers. There was no communication that this could have happened by this point. Nothing like that. Recently, we came under scrutiny from our payment processors regarding the nature of some content hosted on itch. Due to a game titled No Mercy, which was temporarily available on the platform before being banned back in April, the organization Collective Shout launched a campaign against Steam and itch, directing concerns to our payment processors about the nature of certain content found on both platforms. So this feminist group is one of the reasons. Now, I don't think that they are the only ones that should be getting the blame in this situation. I do also believe we need to still be paying attention to these credit card companies. I feel like a lot of people are just targeting the feminists, but they aren't the only problem here, that's for sure. Our ability to process payments is critical for every creator on our platform, and to ensure that we continue to operate and provide a marketplace for all developers, we must prioritize our relationship with our payment partners and take immediate steps towards compliance. This is a time-critical moment for itch. The situation developed rapidly, and we had to act urgently to protect the platform's core payment infrastructure. At least on Steam, even though it's all censorship and all censorship is bad, at least on Steam, they didn't remove literally everything with an adult tag. They were only removing specific products with like very specific terms. Now, of course, I do think that censorship is a slippery slope and we could see a hell of a lot more NSFW content removed in the future, but they at least tried to, I guess, slightly get around it instead of removing everything. And in itch's case, they removed literally all adult content, and they're claiming that they took it all down and they will remain de-indexed as they complete their review. They claim that they're conducting a comprehensive audit of content to ensure that they meet the requirements. And once the review is complete, they will introduce new compliance measures. And for NSFW pages, this will include a new step where creators must confirm that their content is allowable under the policies of the respective payment processors linked to their account. So payment processors at this point in time are controlling our entertainment, and this is an absolutely terrible situation because I know there are a lot of people out there who say, I don't really care about these rape simulators, right? I don't care about sex video games. But it's not that content that you have to be worried about being censored. If you don't care about it, you have to worry about everything else being censored, because censorship is a slippery slope. And at this point, the credit card companies could say, oh yeah, we don't want The Witcher on your platform, you have to remove it. Oh, we don't want Monster Hunter on your platform, you have to remove it. Oh, we don't want Cyberpunk on your platform, you have to remove it. And of course, those specific games most likely will not be targeted because they make so much money right now, but we don't know what it's going to look like a month down the line, half a year down the line, 5 years, 10 years. I mean, these credit card companies at this point could say, you have to remove X, Y, and Z, and these platforms are bending over backwards to appease them, which is terrible. I mean, not only do developers have to deal now with their content potentially not being allowed on this platform because of these new regulations, but if you already had these games in your libraries, you either can't re-download them or they're being pulled from your libraries. There is a thread saying adult and erotic tags games gone, and there was a lot of people discussing it. There are some phone numbers here to call and complain, which of course is good. Voice your opinions on social media, call customer service lines, voice how you feel. There is also a petition linked down below that you can sign, and if we can get enough signatures, maybe they will actually have to start paying attention. People were saying things like this: just checked for a couple of games I have downloaded. They are completely gone from the site now. There are at least 2 in my library that have been removed. Here's the takedown notice. If that was true, it would have been removed a long time ago, not 2 hours ago like the rest of them. So, I mean, at this point in time, these payment processors are trampling our freedom. And as I always say, if something is properly rated, it should be allowed on a platform. I don't necessarily care about sex simulator games. I'm personally not playing them. I'm not somebody who downloads them. But on the flip side, I care about protecting our entertainment. I care about protecting video games. And I care about just protecting our freedoms in general, and they are getting absolutely roasted by gamers right now. I know I've been posting quite a lot about it, and I will continue to post about these situations because I think that they are so very important, and we need as many eyes on them as possible. But I had said payment processors now control our entertainment. If you support the censorship, you're evil, plain and simple. I get it. You might not care about the specific content, but you should care when 20,000 games can just be ripped away off of a platform and de-indexed and removed from your library. Now they always have. We're just seeing more unhinged behavior from them. And this is true. I've talked for years about Steam and Nintendo and lots of platforms censoring content. I mean, 6 years ago, I had put up a video titled Valve Censorship Continues by Not Following Their Own Policies, because they had previously said if something's properly rated, it can be on the platform. And then they started removing content where characters were in a high school setting or even a university setting because their ages were questionable. Steam has always been very, very heavy-handed when it comes to content, especially with children in it. So the excuse that, oh, this is to protect children is complete and utter BS. If you pirate, there's no payment to be processed. They removed a lot of games that aren't even on the target list of things they want gone. They've been saying this or that game, and then it's poof, gone. Under these card companies' rules, they can at the moment deny Fortnite and COD for this, which is true. Strange how the subject matter that is being removed happens to be content that is prevalent in things such as Game of Thrones. So definitely it is a case of uneven heavy-handedness. Yeah, I mean, if we are starting to remove, inappropriate content or content that is deemed overly sexual, or it is not intended for sensitive audiences, right? Just anything that someone could be offended by, we need to start removing Game of Thrones from the internet, Dune from the internet. We need to start wiping out Fahrenheit's and 1984's. The Witchers can't exist. The Cyberpunks can't exist. It's such a terrible situation all around. There has got to be grounds for a lawsuit in this. I'm getting real sick and tired of these crooks in corporate offices telling customers what we can and can't buy with our own money. Down with censorship, down with government involvement in video games. Welcome to 2013. I really don't like how this is probably going to force me to learn how to use random shit coins just to buy games. So I'll definitely be keeping my eye on this, and I will continue to post about this. Follow me on social media. The links are down below. follow me over on X, join the Discord, all of that fun stuff. But right now, we see Nintendo bending over backwards, Valve/Steam bending over backwards, and itch.io is the next on the chopping block. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this, give it a like, and if you found it important and informative, make sure to subscribe, and if you didn't, give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I'll talk to you all again in the next video really soon.